temp is MVU 60. Once the unit has been parked in position and leveled out, first thing you want to do is remember to release the locking pin for the rotation. Once the locking pin for the rotation is released, we can proceed on with normal operation of the unit. So as far as setup goes and using the MVU, every application, is its own unique situation, whether you're venting a structure or you're venting tunnels. In that instance, I understand this is supposed to be used for tunnel ventilation. So in the event that you have clean access in front of your tunnel and you just want to back the trailer into position, usually about 20 to 30 yards is good. And you'll play with it. You'll see, as far as what you need for access, how much of a good air seal you're getting around your tunnel from the cone of air coming out of the ventilator. Chances are you might not even have to raise this. If you do got vehicles going in and out that'll be in the way, you can raise this up and tilt it so that the center of the air cone is hitting the center opening of the tunnel. In the event that you can only drive it forward, you can raise the MVU up, rotate the ventilator and point it into the tunnel so that you're blowing air over the top. Or if you're in a situation where you're parked at, there's another vehicle, construction, service vehicle, whatever is in the way, you can raise it up and point down towards your tunnel and direct your airstream over the top of that vehicle. So the lift's very versatile. It just depends on the situation. You're not going to use it every time. But between lift, rotation, and tilt, you should be able to put the center of your air column into the center of your tunnel. Our slope meter gives us left to right, front to back leveling. We want to stay within these parameters as close to 0 as possible. This is 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 20, 20, and we're calling for a 2-degree lateral, which is left to right, so as close to 0 as you can get is where we need to be. Longitudinal, 5 degrees forward or back, so you do got a little leeway in that direction. Once the trailer's leveled, pin's unlocked. This right here is the disconnect for the main power. We'll turn it on. Once the light's clear, the engine's ready to start. Features of this unit: fan start, fan increase and decrease. There are interior lights, so if you have to do maintenance work at night, you can turn the lights on and the inside of the cabin will light up. We have tilt forward and back for the fan. We also have lift up and down for the scissors, and we have rotation left and right for the ventilator. Emergency stop buttons on both remote control and the panel. At any time either one of these are pushed, the unit shuts off. Engine stops, pump stops, fan stops. Reset the unit, turn either one of these on. There are 3 indicator lights. One is for the oil filter. In the event that down the road the oil filter starts getting restricted, this light will come on telling you you need to change the filter. It is recommended, and the instructions are in the manual, how often to change that. If you do get to this level here where this light comes on, chances are you're not changing your filter and your oil fluid enough. There's a light for low level hydraulic fluid and a light for high temperature. So if either one of these come on, stop the pump, let the unit cool down. Then check your oil level. Oil level should be checked with scissors all the way down, because as we raise the scissors, the volume in the tank will drop noticeably. There are 2 operational hydraulic pressure gauges on the unit. One showing hydraulic pressure during lift and tilt operation, and one showing fan pressure during fan operation. The fan can be turned on at any time at any engine RPM. But you'll notice at full engine RPM, when you turn the fan on and run it quickly up to speed, you will get a pressure spike and then it will settle back down. That's perfectly normal. Okay, so on the panel here, it's going to give me engine RPM, it's going to give me oil pressure, it's going to give me engine temperature, battery voltage. Right now, since the engine's not running, that's available battery voltage. Once the engine starts running, it'll be reading what the alternator's putting out. Percentage of fluid in the DEF tank, and percentage of soot in the diesel exhaust treatment system, as well as run hours on the unit. So let me go ahead and we'll start this up. Simple push of the button and it will start on its own. Press and hold and the unit will come up to speed quickly. So these MVUs are equipped with the water misting system, and the connection for that is right here. We supply an 1.25" female threaded ball valve so that the end user can connect any type of water fitting they need to hook up to supply water. Once the fitting's connected, just open the valve up. Water will flow through the hoses and come out the misting system. It's great for dust control, decontamination, and knocking heat down. Okay, so once the main power has been turned on, even before the engine is started, rotation is active. So you can take and rotate the outlet to the left, to the right. Rotating to the left. Rotate to the right. Or we can continue in either direction, 360 degrees around. The next control button is going to be lift. So once the engine's running, either at idle or full speed, the lift can operate in the up and down position. With the hydraulics, you don't have the engine running at full speed to operate. So let me start the engine up, and then we're going to do a lift up and a lift down. We'll take you up about 15 feet and bring it back down. At full height, at the center line, from the ground to the center line of the fan at level is 20 feet. Right now, in park position, center line from the ground to the fan is 10 feet. The next feature we're going to talk about is tilt. The next button to the left. I'll start this unit up. We're already tilted forward, so I'll tilt a little more forward. We'll tilt a little back. The next thing we're going to talk about is fan control. There's two switches. There's a fan start switch, which will allow you to engage the circuit for controlling the fan speed. Fan speed, if you do a momentary increase, the fan will slowly ramp up. If you turn and hold, the fan will go up to full speed. One thing that's important to notice is that once you engage the start switch and you hit increase, you need to hold it for a minimum of 3 to 4 seconds before the fan will start to rotate. It's a safety measure so that someone just accidentally can't come by and bump the switch and the fan take off. Once the fan has started, then every time you turn the switch to increase or decrease, the fan speed will increase or decrease. We have set this up so that at full engine RPM and full increase, the fan is running at maximum speed. You can control fan speed, slow it down, speed it up with this switch, or if you stay at full speed, you can actually even control engine RPM to control fan speed. Let's say you have a scenario where you're not getting the fan speed you want off of the selector here, then just speed or slow the engine down as needed to get the wind speed that you need. You might find that you don't need that fan running full speed to ventilate the structure that you need, so you can use the engine RPM and cut the engine RPM down to achieve the fan speed you want. The advantage to that is that you're going to save fuel. So I'm going to start it up and we're going to go through and run the fan. So the remote control functions will control tilt up, tilt down, rotate left, rotate right, scissors up, scissor down, initiate the fan and control fan speed hydraulically. So once you've got the unit started from the panel, you will switch this switch over to remote and those functions will work. So I'll show you how that's going to work. Tilt. Let's start off with tilt function. We're going to take it to lift. We're going to do rotate. After you're in the engine for an extended period of time, it is recommended to let it go through a 3-minute cool down period and just idle. Remote control just wraps back around. Strap comes back over. Pull or taut. So far as maintenance goes, on this side of the unit, there's our hydraulic tank. This is our filler cap for the hydraulic tank. There's a hydraulic level indicator here, as well as a temperature gauge for the hydraulic fluid. This is the control box with all the wiring for all the hydraulic systems. Now we mount the battery here for easy access. For batteries that need to be replaced down the road, makes taking them in and out very simple. This door here allows us access to maintenance, diesel, fuel, and DEF, as a diesel exhaust fluid. This is our DEF tank, filler cap for the DEF tank, diesel tank, filler cap for the diesel tank. From this side here, you can reach in. You'll have to step in a little, but you can do engine oil check. Filler cap for engine oil. Access to all three of the fuel filters, as well as access to the air cleaner. I realize it's a little tight, but you can crawl up in there. There's enough room to get in, get easy access to the filters for changing. In the instructions, which you can't see here, there's an access opening underneath the trailer for easy oil changes when you got to drain the oil. In normal operations, this door can stay closed. The radiator is right here, pulling air in through here and exhausting out the other side. Access for the radiator filler cap is right up here. So if there is a need that you need to add coolant down the road, or if you go to change coolant, this panel here is easily removed. That'll allow you access to the top of the engine if you need to do cleaning, maintenance. Okay, once you're done operating the MVU and you're ready to move it, before you take any of the jacks up off the ground, come over and lock your pin in place. At that point, close up the doors, lift your jacks, and you're ready for transportation.